How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Excellent. Excellent.
Good. I just loved this idea of remedy roundtable. It's such a unique and exclusive idea.
Oh, I picked that idea from you, the way you guys sit around the table at night and discuss remedies. I'm
Right.
just not telling people with what you said.
True, true, true. Yes, our group, the friends, and the discussions that what has been very crucial in our study, in our progress, in our learnings.
Yes. And before we begin, Happy Teachers' Day to you.
Happy Teachers' Day to you too, Dr. Manish. And we have been learning from each other. We learn from each other,
Absolutely.
from everyone around.
And the good thing is that you and your team are not just teaching yourself, but you are nurturing the next uh, generation of teachers also.
That's what the idea was uh, of Dr. Milind Rao, who is founder of HHF, Hahnemanian Homeo Forum, for, and I'm representing HHF in this remedy roundtable. He had this great idea of having people together. So what you are doing, Manish, is the same, to get people from different schools of thought on one platform and sharing their experiences and insights and making it available to a larger audience over the globe. What he dreamt about. So we'll always support this kind of process and this kind of learning. No doubt about it.
I'm always grateful for your support, and it has always been my desire to see all the homeopaths together. Because when I see allopathic doctors, conventional medicine doctors, they tend to stand together, happen what may. They might have some internal differences, but they usually stick together for most common causes.
True.
And when I started in homeopathy, I saw a lot of factions, a lot of different schools who wouldn't see eye to eye, wouldn't talk to each other.
Right.
And so that was a sore point for me also, and that was from the very beginning an initiative, a part of hpathy.com, that everybody has to come together. And
Right.
on this platform, I'm not going to support any particular school of thought.
Right.
I'm not even going to impose my own ideas, like this is right homeopathy or that is right homeopathy. This is good school or that is bad school. Let everybody come together. Let us all share. Let us all learn, and then let the time decide who is right and what is right. Why should we do that?
True. True. And let people have insights from all the school of thoughts, take the best from it, and have a successful homeopathic practice. That what we intend to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, अब मुझे ये बताओ, in your journey of homeopathy, you were fortunate to have Milind Rao sir as your teacher.
Yeah. Grateful for.
Very, very lucky. मतलब,
Yeah.
uh, to the point where I can feel envious of you.
Sure, I was indeed lucky, and I'm grateful to God. As I always say, De Gratia, that after graduating, finishing my internship, I landed in his lab.
Yeah. So, what was your journey like, especially with Materia Medica and remedies? Because I remember Materia Medica when we were studying, Alan's keynote, रट लिया थोड़ा बहुत, दुबे थोड़ा बहुत रट लिया एग्जाम के हिसाब से.
Yes, yes, yes.
But beyond that, maybe we would read some Ken's lectures, uh, but that was about it.
Right.
That was about it. And 10 दवाई पढ़ने के बाद लगता था कि पहली और 10वीं में कोई फर्क नहीं.
Actually.
And so how did you go about this journey of learning Materia Medica, of remembering medicines? What was your journey like?
Manish, I was like always worried about how during my graduation period also that how a person is supposed to remember so many hundreds of remedies, the keynotes, the PQRS, and how we are supposed to remember and execute it in our clinic. But with my mentor, Dr. Milind Rao, besides me, he made us understood a process of understanding Materia Medica. So it was not just by hearting or revising, relearning, or memorizing Materia Medica. So he made us understood in his clinical setup. That was very, very, very important. So we had the opportunity, the privilege of having the conscious and the unconscious learning together. He taught us through seminars, he taught us on the whiteboard in his clinic. But what I learned throughout, what made some integral changes in my approach and my understanding was the unconscious learning while sitting beside him in his clinical setup. And I was not interested what remedy he prescribed. I used to ask him what did what was the trigger that you asked this particular question, or what you had in mind before asking these questions. What was the reason you asked this question? Because that was a turning question of that case, and that would reveal those Materia Medica essence. So when I joined, he handed over me Dr. Fatak's Materia Medica, Dr. Borik's Materia Medica, and Kane sir's Materia Medica, along with Dr. George Vittelko sir's essence of Materia Medica, and I was very much influenced by the essence. So we had an essence of remedy, but then how we could remember all these things while case taking. So that process was very important, which he clinically taught us what questions you have to ask. Right questions in a case taking are so important, are so crucial, which leads the us towards that particular minimum or class of the remedies which we are looking for. That helped me a lot. So I was wondering how will I be doing in practice, memorizing all these thousands of keynotes and PQRS, but this process, understanding that process made us easy, but it took a time, it took years together to understand that process.
I absolutely agree. The questions are often more important than the answers.
Yes, yes, yes.
You ask right questions, you'll get right answers. You ask wrong questions, you get wrong answers.
Yeah, and the patient doesn't know what we actually seek because they are used to the conventional medicine or the modern medicine inquiry that you say the clinical symptoms and you get the prescription. That's all they know about. And what we need to know is about the person, about that particular soul or vital force which is suffering. So they are used to giving history of the disease, and we want the history of the person in disease.
True.
So asking right question becomes so important in a case taking.
But when it comes to learning Materia Medica, how should one go about? Because at the end of the day, we do still need to learn Materia Medica. Remember Materia
Yes, 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 yes. No doubt
Medica.
about it.
Having vague ideas about remedies is usually not sufficient. Like
Yeah,
you understand the essence or the theme of a particular remedy, but then there are so many remedies who come close to each other when it comes to discussing the theme. Uh, for example, even if we say grief, now we know that this particular remedy, say Ignatia, it has a theme of grief. But then we also have Natrum muriaticum, we have acid phos, we have calcarea phos, we have aurum metallicum, and the one new remedy that you are going to teach all of
yeah,
us.
yeah.
So how do I or anybody in my place, a young student, go about learning these different remedies, understanding their essences, and then remembering their key aspects so that they can be differentiated clinically?
True. So again, here repertory comes into the play. For example, day before yesterday, I was discussing a case with students. So I asked him what I asked the student, what is the core of the case? What are you looking at? So she was a lady aged 43 years old and she was looking beyond 50. She had a withered look, and she and her husband she had hypothyroidism, diabetes at the age of 36. Now she has hypothyroidism since 2 to 3 years and various other multiple complaints. So I asked, what are you looking at? She said, no, she has this kind of anxieties or fear. No, I don't want you to see the case like this. So she's unhappy. And what are you looking at? So she was unhappy in her marriage. being a love marriage. So I want the student to tell कि I'm seeing a case of unhappy marriage. So how you need to understand the core of the case? How you need. So was that unhappiness, source of unhappiness from the in-laws? Was the source of unhappiness from her husband? So in that particular case, the source of unhappiness was husband. He was so dominating, he was so strict, he was so very fastidious that as soon as he entered home, he used to scold her that why things are kept here, why you are not kept ready, what you have been doing all the day sitting at home. And it used to irk her all the time. For over a period of time, she said, Doctor, I don't understand. I have been managing my house so well, and every time I get is the criticism, and I was never appreciated for what I am or what I am doing. So what is the source of that unhappiness was the husband. So the dynamics change. So what is, so I asked her, is there any love? Do you have any feelings? So she took a long pause. Nobody should have a long pause to say that whether there is love in the marriage or not. So I asked the student, I want you to see the case through this lens. He was looking at an unhappy marriage where the source of that unhappiness is husband. And why is that? Being a love marriage. So here the repertory comes into play. The first rubric will be elements from love disappointment, then domination, then the harassment, then what she feels about it or how she reacts. She said, I don't feel anything for him now over a period of years. I said, do you feel you grew apart over a period of years? She said, exactly. And I'm so tired of pleasing him all the time that I have left pleasing him. If he says, if he shouts why this is untidy, why these things are not organized, I just don't heed that anymore. And since I cannot reflect fast, I have slowed down, maybe the disease has slowed down. I told her, yes, hypothyroidism has brought in this lethargy to you. So these are the rubrics. After adding 3 rubrics, we got a set of remedies. And when we get a set of remedies, we have suppose 6 or 7 remedies in love disappointment, in delusion appreciated, she is not, indifference towards the loved ones. She said, I don't even feel like cooking for my son, which was never the case, and I so feel bad about it. So when we add this, we get a set of remedies. And when we apply Materia Medica to it, all the way, all through the years, she has been serving her family without any appreciation and now without any love. Now she has landed into indifference. So my choice was obvious CPR. So the right questions, finding the source of unhappiness, then zooming on it and how she felt about it and how she grew apart was the focus of the case. I didn't ask many other things. I completed the chief complaint and directly understood that I'm looking at an unhappy marriage, and what I need to ask was that source and then repertorize it, have a set of a group of or a class of remedies which falls into this category, and then apply Materia Medica to that so that I can pick a simillimum.
So that's a clinical approach to understand the case and
Clinical
then reach
approach.
to the remedy.
Yeah.
But how do you understand the remedy in itself?
Yes. So there
So
is always,
people like you and me who have been into practice for so long, we can understand the remedy through the cases that we see, and we have seen a lot of
yeah,
cases. So we know, we have a mental picture like what to look for, what not to look for. That comes as we have become intuitive with those things.
right, right.
But for, like, I'll give you 2 scenarios. One, there is
Hmm.
a student who doesn't have any cases, who hasn't seen any cases yet. And second is a seasoned practitioner like you wanting to prescribe a new remedy that he has never prescribed.
Right.
In both the scenarios, how should one go about learning that remedy? One case where there is no clinical exposure, and another case where there is a new remedy for an experienced person. How do you understand and learn that remedy?
Right. So what Dr. Milindra did to us, he made us understood those remedies through a journey. And that was so important in our learning and in our growth. For example, CPI, he made us understood that you're looking at a lady who is serving her family. He explained CPI through a journey that she works, she serves the family so hard, but after a period of years, she understands that she is not being appreciated and she might be abused, harassed, or whatever. And there is no appreciation and the love goes down. So he explained us that journey from dancing to despair, from love to indifference. And he made us understand in a story form ki how a woman becomes that washerwoman, because she never began as a washerwoman, right? She was made to be a washerwoman. That how she reaches to that pathetic state. We have a rubric pathetic, that we have 3-4 remedies only, and one of the remedies CPI. She's become so withered, like a withered cloth who has been used all over the time without being cared for. So he made us understand this kind of journey of a remedy. Now coming to another question, that how do we prescribe a remedy which we have never known, or there has been no materia medica resource on it? That I'm going to discuss this remedy Agathis australis, because there are no resources. There is no materia medica on this remedy. So how do we get there? I'll give an example. I had a case of xanthelasma. She had those deposit of cholesterol or lipids below the eyes. So she had this xanthelasma and she was very worried about the looks, and she expressed her concern of that. So I asked her, what is the stress? So for that, everybody doesn't have that. So there has to be some damage to the metabolism. Why such kind of deposition has happened in unusual places? So I asked her, what is the stress? How was the journey? She said, everything fine. The son is good. Some here, there tensions. The husband is good. Then I see what I'm looking at. So I asked her, since how long you have been these legends? She said, around 2 years. So then I asked a question that, did something happen around those before 2 years, around this symptom, before appearing the symptoms? Did anything happen? She said, nothing much. The next thing can tell me. She said, yeah, one thing. I lost my mother-in-law. I said, okay. So did that impact you? She said, yes, it did. Because I think if you have a loss of mother, that is more painful than the loss of mother-in-law. So I asked her directly, did you feel? She said, no. I felt the same pain when I lost her. I said, what was the reason? Why did you get so affected by her loss? She said, doctor, what? She was not a regular mother-in-law. Okay, she was very strict, dominating, etc. But she had a very special place in my life. I said, tell me more about it. She said, whenever I needed some advice, I would never go to my mother. I would always go to my mother-in-law. So this was strikingly different. I said, tell me more about it. How's it? She said, whenever I came across some dilemma, when I came across some irresolution, I asked her what to do. And she would resolve my questions. She would address my doubts. She would guide me. So I thought, what did you lose when she died or she expired? She said, I lost a support. I lost a friend. I lost a guide. And I had been prescribing her remedies concerning on her looks and all. But when this information came, again, I followed the process of ailments of death of loved ones. So she was grieving, but she was not actually grieving. She was very specifically had an idea that what she actually lost, that she grieved about. So I thought this is something different. I need to think different. Despite 2-3 prescriptions, she is not getting results. So I put a rubric. Here the repertory comes. So we don't have much resources on the remedy which I prescribed. Here I put guide, friend, or support, such kind of search words. So there is a rubric guidance need for. and there is single remedy, Strontium Carb. So I made her sit outside. Okay, give me some couple of minutes so that I evaluate your case. She said, "Take your time, sir, because now I'm getting worried. Despite having few months into the treatment, I'm not getting better." I said, "Wait." Then I opened Strontium Carb. There was need for a faithful friend, need for guidance, need for friendship, and there is a rubric, light desire. She found that light in mother-in-law. So I combined this rubric and I prescribed Strontium Carb. And then I wrote the resources of Strontium Carb. I found more couple of cases in the similar fashion. The language of vital force remains the same. So I recorded these versions, what she said, and I applied it to other cases which similarly she said. Similar versions. Okay, I asked, what did you lose? She said, my father was just not father. He was my friend. He was guide. He was support. Same words or similar say. Again, the third case. Okay, you lost your boyfriend. Okay, there was a breakup. She said, yeah, but I cannot, I miss him a lot. So in such cases, instead of going to ailments from love disappointed or ailments from death of loved ones, this is a very tangential and a lateral thinking which is needed. So that process is very important. Here repertory comes in handy. So in the cases or in the area where there are no resources of materia medica on a particular remedy, repertory comes in handy. It plays a very, very crucial and very important role. And I'll explain this when I'll discuss Agathis australis, how I reached to this remedy. So I prescribed Strontium Carb, then I noted, then I formed a journey of it. What usually patient will come and say in your clinic, what that guidance, that friend, and that support means to that person. That is light. They seek light into that person. Light is like that information, that guidance, that becomes light. So light is a metaphor for this support, this friend, and this guidance, which becomes the core of Strontium Carb. There might be other facets also, no doubt about it. But in our community, I found this as a very common facet. So in the cases where we don't have resources about Strontium Carb, I built up a journey about it, and we were able to prescribe more and more and more cases of Strontium Carb when we came across the similar versions, the similar say, the similar story, the similar journey.
Excellent. Yeah, that's a very good way to curate data about new remedies, and I'm super excited, looking forward to learning Agathis from you. I've seen your cases, I've read all your books, and you present fabulous cases, and I can't wait for learning that new remedy from you. And
Same
friends,
here, and same here. It's always pleasure to be with you, Manish. No doubt about it.
yeah, so friends, don't miss Dr. Krishnakumar Dinde's lecture on Agathis australis, a new remedy, a wonderful remedy with a lot of grief in it. And
Yes.
we will explore it with Dr. Dinde in the Remedy Roundtable 2025. Don't miss this opportunity. The course begins in October, and we have very limited seats now left. So do join in. What you have to do to join in, go to www.hpathy.org and sign up for the course. Go to hpathy.org and sign up for the course. So do
Yes.
join in. Don't miss this opportunity. And Dr. Krishnakumar Dinde, I thank you so much for giving this time to us for this Insta Live. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
Yes. Thank you, Manish. Thanks for having me here.